I'm hearing a lot of news about politicians shouting back or splurting nonsense back, which is a little bit less insane, to Trump. But I'm not hearing any of them saying we're going to get together as international leaders and insist that Trump take some sensitivity training. Okay, and that means like they're serious. Actually, I shouldn't do this. But I'm calling it sensitivity training as a way to bring attention to you that it's extremely insensitive when being a political leader. Like if he wants to play these games in the business world, but to actually apply his business world reality TV show tactics to world politics, then there's an issue. And that issue should be discussed in the United Nations and any other things that relate to international cooperations and collaborations. Now, I recently told Canadian politicians, I said, you need to realize that NORAD, NATO, for example, makes you compromised with a potential enemy of the United States of America. That doesn't mean you don't cooperate, but maybe cooperate outside of these scenarios where they have so much access to our own information, and a lot of the times they know more what's happening in Canada than we do with our organizations here. So NATO, how about you support every country in NATO, or almost, except the USA? So in a way you can decide to just go more individually, because when bigger organizations such as the UN, I'm sorry to say, but I mean, I've done a lot of research to know I can say this and defend this in a public debate with very good arguments. When the UN is that compromised and wants to kind of put band-aids on systemic issues, when actually they should be kind of tearing everything down, keep the buildings if you want, but prepare to write a different way to do geopolitics and to also enforce any failures to these new principles. And then use the same buildings, change the name, and do it. But the thing is that's it. Is enforce consequences to people that want to join, but also allow nations to, clean up their own backyards. In a way, Canada now is cleaning its own backyard because of the responses of Trump, I'm not seeing them clean their own backyards. Well, they're doing it by stealing the lunch money of the other kids instead of, approaching the school counselor and saying, we have a problem at home. Can we talk about it? Me and my brother here, but it's in the other class. I asked him to come with me, and we've got problems at home, right? The USA. And the school counselor would guide them along. But right now, I think leaders of the world should say, you know what, Trump is you are dangerously influential, so we have no choice to insist you take sensitivity training. And we'll give you a list of maybe 10 people to choose from, and you choose who is going to help you realize what are appropriate adult behaviors on the world stage as a leader. You can't do, business world, the kingpin of crime tactics. And it's also very weird how I keep seeing only these kind of peoples. It's about Trump. But there's so much corruption and he's going after it. Yes, there is a lot of corruption. I'm not debating that. What I'm debating is how ignorant you are to not realize the double standard that it's a corrupt person going after corruption. Why not choose non-corrupt people to go after it? Because the way he's dealing with it is advantageous to him and his lackeys as corrupt people. It's very, very sad you can't see this. And it's so simple. So you have to ask yourself, how have our American minds become so compromised?